So, we're going to be talking about the most potent health tips that you can do for your brain and body. So, number one, sunlight. Sunlight is very important because it helps you produce melatonin, the most potent recovery hormone in your body. So, the more melatonin you can produce at night, the better you recover and the better you sleep. But if you get blue light close to bed, like within 3 hours, it'll stop your melatonin production. And if you get blue light in the middle of the night, it'll keep you up and you'll struggle to produce melatonin as well. So get as much sunlight as you can during the day and you'll get the best sleep you can. Preferably see the sunrise, because when you see the sunrise, your body clock is set and your eye gets the signal to your brain and it tells you, okay, right now it's sunrise, and in 12 hours, let's produce some melatonin because it'll be dark. So that's how it goes. And sunlight, it also boosts mitochondria. So it increases mitochondrial energy, increases ATP production. So that's pretty important. That's how you move around, that's how you live. All your cells need energy. That's the only way that they can survive and thrive. So, pretty important. And sunlight also lowers blood sugar. So, it helps keep your blood sugar stable. So, if you're going to eat a big bucket of ice cream, maybe do it in the sun, middle of the day in the sun, naked on the beach, at a nude beach. And sunlight, it also boosts testosterone. So, red and infrared can boost testosterone. It's pretty awesome. And it increases collagen because a portion of sunlight is red and a portion is infrared. So you get both of those. So try to see the sunrise, try to see the sunset, and at least get an hour of sun during the middle of the day. So like 10 a.m. to like 2 p.m. So to get your adequate vitamin D levels. Because vitamin D is one of the most anti-cancerous compounds that there is. So you're not going to get skin cancer. But you do want to be patient and take it slow. You don't want to just go 8 hours in the blazing sun when you're pale. You got to work your way up. And I have a course. It's actually a little guide to healthy sun exposure and building a solar callus. So I'll put a link in the show notes. Okay, next most potent door of health, grounding. So grounding allows your body to absorb free electrons from the earth. So, and electrons help give you energy and act as antioxidants in your body. So they neutralize the oxidative stress in the body. So grounding is anti-aging, anti-pain. It calms you down, so lowers cortisol. It thins your blood, so it increases cardiovascular health, decreases risk for heart disease. Pretty awesome. And it also boosts mitochondria. So it helps your mitochondria make ATP, make energy. It's pretty cool. And it boosts circulation. So these two are two of my favorite, most potent health tips. And they're completely free. So, pretty awesome. Yeah, you could pay for like a grounding mat at night, which a couple $100. But you can do this stuff for free. You can go to the beach and lay in the sand all day and get grounded all day, absorb electrons all day. It's pretty amazing. So another one is cold therapy or ice baths. So these are awesome. They boost your mitochondria. That's one of the main things. They also allow your body to produce more light, allow your cells to produce more light and more energy. So, like when you hit your system with the cold, your cells are like, wow, like this is freaking cold. We got to heat some stuff up. We got to warm up the system. So they produce light inside of your cells. And it's been proven. I think somebody got a Nobel Prize proving it. So it's pretty awesome. And cold therapy, it increases dopamine, I think by 5 times, like 500%. So you feel great. It increases your motivation because your dopamine's higher. And confidence. And cold is really good for testosterone and preserving sperm. So that's a big benefit too. One of the main benefits of cold is it lowers inflammation. So it very powerfully lowers inflammation. It's amazing. And another one is infrared sauna. So infrared sauna does something similar to what sunlight does, because sunlight is something like 50% infrared light. But infrared saunas have a more concentrated, potent dose. So it can hit deeper and it could be more healing. And it doesn't have the UV, so you don't have to worry about getting a little red or getting sunburned. So yeah, infrared saunas are amazing for detox. They energize your cells. The cool thing about infrared is that it heats you from the inside out. So the regular like barrel saunas, dry sauna, whatever they are, they heat you from the outside in. So that's why you get so hot on your skin. That's why you sweat so much. But infrared's better because it penetrates from the inside out. So it heats your cells and it energizes your cells and it allows detox to occur. So infrared saunas are 7 times more detoxifying than just the regular saunas. So it's amazing. So infrared saunas are crazy good for depression. There was a study where just they took a bunch of depressed people, and after one session, like 20% of them said that they like depression went away for months. Just one session. So imagine if you did this every single week or twice a week. It's great. You could buy your own, pretty expensive. There's a infrared sauna blanket. That's pretty amazing. And that's not as expensive. That's just a couple $100. Still, still some money, but I think it's worth it. But there are also studios that are opening up all over the place. So infrared saunas for like, I think like $35, $40 a session. Your first session's usually cheaper. You can get them in packages. So yeah, that's worth it. Let's talk about some foods, some of my favorite foods for optimal health. So oysters, one of my favorites. Very high in omega-3s, high in DHA and EPA, which are necessary for building a bigger brain, a better brain, a brain with lower inflammation. And it has minerals that also boost your brain. So that's iodine, iron, selenium, a bunch of good stuff. Magnesium, zinc, copper, it's everything. And it has some good protein too. So oysters, pretty much number one food I recommend. Love it. And so olive oil, one of my other favorite foods. So it's insanely anti-inflammatory. Crazy high quality fat, super good monounsaturated fats, very good for your heart, very good for keeping you lean, It feeds Akkermansia, which is the probiotic in your body that acts similarly to GLP-1 drugs, so like Ozempic. So if you have a shot of olive oil, it's like you're taking Ozempic without all the side effects. I may be exaggerating, but I don't really think I am. Olive oil is awesome, and you want to boost Akkermansia. So do it. Another other way you could boost Akkermansia is apple skins. So apple skins feed Akkermansia, and Akkermansia is responsible for healthy, lean, um, lean people, like gut bacteria. So and then sheep and goat dairy, love it because they have MCTs, which are great for your brain. They give your brain energy. They help you stay lean. They help you produce ketones. So amazing. And there's good protein in them too. Some calcium. So yeah. Sheep, goat yogurt, sheep goat cheese, sheep goat milk. Good stuff. And collagen. So collagen, I love collagen. Great for skin, great for joints. Big reason why I take it is because the glycine. It helps relax you and it helps heal your gut lining. So calms you and heals your gut lining. Pretty great stuff. And it makes your skin amazing too. So take some collagen. And then colostrum. So colostrum is also good for Akkermansia. So colostrum is the first milk that baby cows are given just for the first couple of months. And it's extra nutritious. So it's not like regular milk. So it has a bunch of really good stuff in it to heal your gut. So what it does is heals your gut lining. It has probiotics in it. It has a prebiotic too that feeds all the good gut bacteria in your body. So love that stuff. Now let's talk about a couple things to avoid. So one of the main things to avoid, seed oils. But not just any seed oils, because there are some brands that make really high quality, not rancid seed oils, like Andrea's seed oils. Super good stuff. Amazing. I'm talking about the inflammatory rancid seed oils. So I'm talking about like canola oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, soybean oil, like all these super inflammatory, super processed seed oils. Fats, they help build your cell membrane, and if you're eating very rancid, like oxidized, basically poisonous oils, they're gonna build your cell membranes. So your cell membranes are gonna be made up of toxic oils, and your cell membranes are what control your communication between cells. So that's pretty important. So do you want, like, it's like if you had to pick a cell phone, like, do you want a shitty cell phone from like 30 years ago or whatever that can like barely communicate? You can't really hear anything. It's all muffled and it's all wet. Like it got water damage and shit. Like, no, you want the best possible phone with the clearest connection, the best Wi-Fi, the best quality sound, everything, the clearest communication, so your body can communicate with itself efficiently and not send a bunch of weird muffled signals around the body. So don't eat any seed oils. Eat the good fats like olive oil, butter, ghee, tallow, sesame seed oil. Love that stuff. Perilla oil, cod liver oil. So fish oil, just eat the good stuff. Avocado oil, coconut oil, amazing. So the other thing that I talk about avoiding is you don't have to completely avoid this, but try to limit it. Seed oils, I would completely avoid if you can. They're that bad for you. So the second one is sugar. So sugar is inflammatory. It raises your blood sugar. It feeds candida. It raises your risk for heart disease. It makes you fat. And this is just in excess. So you could have, like, if you have sugar before a workout, it's great. Or sugar before you record a podcast, great. Because your brain's burning up that sugar and no problem. But if you just eat a big pile of ice cream and then just lay there, that's not good. Your blood sugar spikes and you're probably going to turn that sugar into fat. So, no good, but there are ways to eat sugar where it doesn't damage you as much, like taking something like bitter melon extract to keep the blood sugar stable, or berberine or something, or even turmeric can help with the inflammation. So there's ways to combat that, but still, I would try to limit my sugar if I were you. You could eat fruit, but in season, it's the best, and not too much of it. So don't just stuff yourself with mangoes in the summer. But if you're going to do that, make sure you're in the sun, in the blazing sun, because, like I said earlier, the sun, it helps stabilize blood sugar. So that's how you do it. And I mentioned this before, but I'm going to say it again. The third thing to avoid is blue light at night, because it stops melatonin production and it damages skin and eyes. So you don't want that. You want to sleep good. You want to recover okay. So you want your melatonin at the optimal levels at night. So get some blue light blockers. Get the ones that have like the red over them. RA Optics is one of my favorite brands. They're not sponsored, but it's really good. Really good brand. One of my favorites. All right, so the last thing I'm going to talk about to avoid is endocrine disruptors. So everyone's been talking about all these things because so many people are having issues with hormones. Testosterone's too low in men, and sometimes testosterone's too high in women, like with PCOS. And it has to do with all these different endocrine disruptors. So microplastics in clothing and water bottles, like the BPA, the PFAS, all that nasty stuff, like synthetic clothing. You absorb all that stuff in. Swim trunks, bathing suits. It's really hard to get good, like cotton bathing suits. And also, they don't dry as well, so it's kind of inconvenient. But what I'm saying is, you can't completely avoid all these things, but you got to do your best to limit your exposure to them. Another thing, do not touch receipts ever. So even if someone tries to hand you a receipt, just say, no, I don't want it. And if somebody puts the receipt, the cash, whatever, the cash register person or whatever, the checkout person at the grocery store, puts it into your grocery bag, what I usually do is I'll get like a napkin or something and like grab it, throw it away. Or I'll rip a piece of the bag off, like just a small piece, so I can kind of like squeeze it and grab it to throw it away. Yeah, so you don't want that stuff. And there's all this like nasty stuff in skincare and makeup. So like makeup has all these heavy metals, which disrupt your hormones and mess with your brain. It has lead, like lipstick has lead, I think. And fragrances. So fragrance mess with your hormones too. Not good. Parabens cause cancer. And then also, I mean, there's seed oils in some of these products. So shampoos, moisturizers, face washes. So yeah, just keep a lookout. Avoid the seed oils in those products, and avoid all the cancerous endocrine disruptors. Um, and you'll be fine. So I just thought this would be a good baseline for what I'm about, what Doors of Health is about, um, what I'm into, my favorite healing modalities, some of my favorite foods, and some of the things that are most important to avoid. So, thank you for listening. I'm Chad. This is Doors of Health.